What is going on, Patreon squad? Hopefully you guys are having a good one. Back again with another weekly update log, so ready to hop on over there and see what we got in store. So this week, actually a fair few things to go through, so I'm really excited for that. Here we have Deadman Reborn Final Beta 2, Deadman Reborn Final Beta and Feedback. So I guess we'll skim that at the end. I don't know. Deadman mode stuff doesn't really intrigue me too much, and I'd imagine it doesn't intrigue most people, so, you know, I'll skim it. The Group Ironman's really what I'm interested in. So Group Ironman is old school, a all-new co-op Ironman mode, create standard and hardcore teams, and set new records together. So, sounds like a lot of fun. I'm interested in seeing more. I've watched some of the intro stuff about it through their... I don't know what they called it, like the little festival that they had during the I don't know. But it looked really fun. I mean, obviously the concept of Group Ironman is a blast. So design overview. Are you ready to get the band back together and become the stuff of legend? This is your chance to build and grow a team of new Ironmen that's greater than the sum of its parts. As launch day approaches, it's time to dive into what and why of this innovative new mode. Whether you're an Iron Novice or an experienced Ultimate, things to know. Alright, so what? Group Ironman. Why? Because it's fun, you get to play with other people. I think that's... How? What? Key to hear. Okay, so I think I know the what and the why. It's you and your friends, and because it's fun, and because you can play with them, and enjoy yourself and others at the same time. I mean, RuneScape's typically a game, especially Iron Man, where you don't really enjoy the game with other people. You kind of just go off on your own, do your own thing, and that's fun to an extent, but at the same time, you know, it's a communal game. It's an MMO. I mean, you know, you're trying to make friends. So I think that it's obviously a great time. I think it makes a ton of sense. So identity, GIM, Group Ironman, damn it. Group Ironman is 2 to 5 players. Okay, all normal iron restrictions apply to them while interacting with the world outside their group. Little water sip there. Needed some hydration. Group Ironman players have a unique icon. Yerp. Jumping for joy in the new armor. The armor, I mean, I don't know if I like it. I don't know about that. Does that really say lit on it? Oh my god. Does that say lit? Because that one doesn't, and that one doesn't. But that one looks like it says lit. I'm very confused, but nonetheless, I don't know how I feel about that armor. I'm not really sold on it, but whatever. If that's the biggest gripe. So group content, Group Ironman players can tackle all group content that regular Irons can. For example, and kill a nightmare with other players, and they can team up and do theater and chambers. So all that type of stuff. Nothing different. There's no trading. It goes without saying that they can only trade within their group. Some restrictions do still apply to new members joining the group. See gradual wealth transfer system. So de-ironing, a player must leave the group before they can de-iron. Oh, rip, dude. That's so sad. I'm gonna be so sad whenever people talk about like leaving groups and having their group kind of fall apart. That's gonna be the real sad part. But we don't think about that. We just have fun. Pretend it doesn't exist. Player-owned houses. Currently, your regular Iron accounts can have a player-owned house of their own, but can't enter other player-owned houses. Players can access each other's. That makes sense. Recruitment. You can form a group of 2 to 5 players. There will be an area on the island, or no, it'll be a side thing. Yeah, it's called the node over here, where you can find other people and try to group up. That's going to be the cutest fucking thing. I mean, I feel bad for the people who actually do group up kind of with randoms, because I feel like it'll deteriorate pretty quickly, but it's cute as shit, so I approve. Beyond that, what is that? We got, this is the node that they're talking about. Kind of explaining the way out of there. Oh, there's another icon next to the ever-growing list of icons right here. Makes you wonder how long until the friends chat's just gone, you know? I don't know if that'll ever be the case, but so yeah, got the Iron Man symbol over here. I wonder if that's going to appear for everyone or just people that have a group Iron account. I'd imagine it's just people that have a group Iron, but I'm not really sure. So you can like see your group there. Maybe that's just like an early on thing. It doesn't seem like anything that has too much of utility, but could be wrong. I probably am wrong. They probably do need that, because they mentioned something about the clan system allowing them to then make group Iron Man stuff, so they probably do need that. recruiting into existing groups. If you are leader of a group, you'll see an invite option next to the players you meet around the node. Click on that option. Okay, so you can invite that way. Application of the leader. Every group will have a leader. By default, this will be the player who created the group. See recruitment. However, this person may wish to quit the game. Okay, play another account or focus on other activities for a bit. At that point, you wouldn't want the group to be fully dependent on this individual because it might ruin the fun for everyone else. An absent leader could be really bad. So we made it possible for the leader to be abdicate. I've never heard of that word. I'll research it. We're learning a little bit here. What do we got? Abdicate. Renounce one's throne. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't hear that too often, so I guess it makes sense. Beyond that, stepping down, so leaving the group. Not too much, I guess I'd have to cover in that regard. It seems pretty self-explanatory. People are allowed to come and go as they please, which is a nice little addition. I was always wondering kind of how they do that. The grace period, if you choose to leave, you have 7 days to cancel the request. Dude, that's so painful, man. Oh my... Oh, it just kills me inside, but I mean, you do what you gotta do. Account status, if you decide to leave a group, you must pick 2 options and you choose keep group Ironman status. If you choose this, you'll be placed in a new group where you are the leader. The group size remains the same. You'll keep your levels, stats, quests, variables, and untradeable items. However, tradable items are deleted. Oh my gosh. Become a regular account, you will lose group Ironman status and you will be removed from the group Ironman group and high scores. You will also keep all levels. You will also keep your tradable items. Okay, alright. I mean, so people will make an account and then turn into a regular Iron Man and yoink everyone's items. Ultimate scam. That's beautiful. Boosting, we want to avoid group Iron Man boosting being meta and prevalent. A situation where experienced players come in and artificially boost new groups. We certainly don't want a new group being tricked into paying anybody to get a good start. However, assisting your friends and long-term group members are not against the rules. We want to allow for that. The following systems, therefore, are in place to prevent boosting. So this actually is a little bit scary, I think, because I'm sure there will be meta people that figure out that, you know, you can pay other people in-game GP or IRL monies, and then from there you can essentially get your group up faster, and that is a little detrimental, I would say, to the game mode. So it's interesting to see how they go from here. So the gradual wealth transfer system. When a member joins a new group, there are hard caps on how much wealth that player can receive from the existing members of the group and from the shared storage. This prevents existing groups transferring all their wealth to new members before leaving. By prolonging this transfer, this should deter boosters while not being too much of an inconvenience for legitimate players. So the cap starts off very restrictive but quickly becomes more lenient, increasing weekly as follows. Wealth cap at 1 mil, 20 mil, 50 mil, 100 mil. Cap is lifted. I don't really like the cap is lifted. I mean, it doesn't really matter now. Maybe like far down the road, you know, that could be problematic. But again, who's going to transfer 100 mil worth of Iron Man wealth? And again, I mean, in terms of like how much you'd have to pay these people in theory to get their items on an Iron Man, it'd be extremely steep, I feel like. So I think they've done a pretty good job, honestly, with the gradual wealth transfer. Content restricted items. To ensure the players using certain items are deserving of them, we will restrict use of them until the new players successfully completed the relevant quest at least once. For example, player wishes to use a rapier, they must complete Theater of Blood. They would then be able to use all the weapons from that raid. Similarly, okay, so you can't get things you've never done. You at least have to try them. So that's good as well. 1 KC requirement applies to you if you've left a group and joined a new one, or if you join an existing group. Okay. If the entire group started on the node as fresh accounts, you will not have. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I mean, that definitely makes sense, I guess. You know, if in theory your group's all together, I don't know why the KC requirement would be there, but if there are added people, then that makes sense. So that you just don't have people spooning you that got added. So beyond that, a hardcore iron is also possible. Hardcore group iron. I think this would be a lot of fun, but it'd be so silly. It'd be so stupid. I'm guessing once you all die, you just go to a regular group iron, which would honestly be a lot of fun. So a hardcore iron group begins with a number of lives equal to the number of players in that group at the time of formation. Any death from any member will result in a life being subtracted from the group's total lives. This will be broadcast to the group members who are online at the time. Offline players will get the message once they log in. If a group's total lives hit 0, the whole gang has their hardcore status revoked. The group will remain together, but be considered to be a regular group of irons. All items and stats remain. Hardcore groups cannot accept anyone else into the group. This means that by default, a hardcore group is prestige. Okay, so yeah, they cannot add anyone. Normally, hardcore Ironman players are able to die in certain areas. I did see this. People were kind of freaking out about this, and I like it. There are safe deaths within places like chambers, fight caves, inferno, pest control. On the PvP side of things, are mini games where hardcore status is not affected. Last man standing, soul wars, castle wars. We reckon that's way too easy for hardcore group iron. So in hardcore group, we want to remove all safe deaths across the entirety of PVM. Any PVM deaths will be unsafe and result in a group life being lost. Existing PvP safe deaths within minigames would remain the same as normal, and the change does not affect regular hard iron players. In fact, none of these changes will impact regular players, so it's beautiful. I do like that. I also was a little nervous that they were going to make Last Man Standing, Soul Wars, and Castle War deaths actually count. That would have been egregious, so I'm glad they didn't do that. I thought that that's the way it was shaping up. So overall, really happy here with this post and what all it's looking like it's shaping up to be. I think Group Iron to be a really fun time. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Will I be partaking? I don't know. Maybe in a small way, just having a little bit of fun, but I don't think I'm going to make a series where I constantly grind, but I will enjoy it. I would definitely have a good time with it. So, Deadman Reborn Final Beta 2. We'll take a quick peek and see if there's anything important here, but I don't really think so. So on Monday, September 6th, we'll be boosting up the beta servers once before the Deadman Final Reborn second beta test. Oh my. For the second, okay, this will allow us some further testing and get help from you guys. It doesn't really state when the official one is. I was kind of looking for that, I guess. We'll never know, but essentially just beta worlds where you can test out stuff, and they're just essentially making sure that their stuff's going to work and not blow up on front of them on stream. So, makes sense. Deadman Reborn feedback. It's been incredible to see the feedback. Yeah, I don't know. This is all really niche for me. So essentially, these are all like sigil buffs and changes and stuff like that. I know nothing about the sigils, and I don't think you guys do either. So I'm not going to get too deep into the weeds there. They also talk about the beta. There's also a new amethyst mining spot, just kind of thrown in here. Okay, we've expanded the mining guild, including the new amethyst area. So yeah, there's the side one over there. Does it require anything else? This should make the existing spot less crowded. You can now enter this exclusive area, provided you have fully completed the Elite Falador Achievement Diary. I haven't done that, but at least it'll get some of the people out of there. If you haven't done so, you'll be met with very grumpy Bologna. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, it requires 92 mining. I actually need to do some amethyst here soon because I got Spoon the Blowpipe, so I need to get darts. So that's actually kind of nice. It'll at least take other people out of my mines. I can't go there sadly, but maybe one day. And then quality of life improvements. This is very niche. The first thing I read was an egg improvement at the Woodcutting Guild, so I don't think that's all too important. And overall, that takes us to the end of the weekly recap. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, just don't do anything. You're doing a great job. I appreciate you, and I'll be happy to do it again next week. So until then, have a good one.